Let's take a final call on the River line this morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Matt.
How
How
are you
you
this?
doing?
I'm trying my best. Good morning.
I'm I'm sending birthday greetings to my nephew Danny.
Oh, Danny, and you disappeared.
I can't wait to fly. Oh, I'm alive. When you call me, when I hear you breathe, I can't wait to fly. I feel that I'm alive.
More blessings to you, Elsa, Roy, Kinfield East, and all the fans there. Good morning to you. More blessings all the time. Much love. Hello, good morning. Yes.
Mr. Felton, blessed day to you, sir.
Blessed day to you too.
Matt, I listened to my friend Candia trying to send birthday to Danny Edmond. Danny, more health, more life, more strength, more blessings, more glory be to you. I do not give people birthday. Matt, I'm not like Azeni. I don't remember mine. Unless my sister called me from foreign and to wish me happy birthday. Matt, not rien. So I maybe have bigger fishes to fry and I don't like bala. And that's all. Have a blessed one, Matt, let me tell you. Candy, blessings to you and your husband and your family. Let me just send my greetings out there quickly to all friends, all foes, all lovers, all haters. Thank you. The sand, the cement, the stone, the tiles, the galvanized, the doors, the nails, and everything, the paint. All those who made me what I am, I give thanks to them. Have a wonderful one. Norma Dirampler. And my brethren, just quickly, what's his name again? Dr. Irvin Andre. I want to be like you one of these days. Am I there already? No. Have a blessed day, sir.
Have a blessed day too.
standing by through good and through trying times. It's only because I can't wait for the rest of my life. You call me when you call me.
Hey, brother Miguel Labadie, call him the doctor. What's happened at Paradise here this evening, huh? It's reggae night. Good morning, brother. Keep it going. Don't you worry, I'll show my face sometime in the place, huh? I am alive. I am alive. 44930. Tina, can you do something for me this morning? Before we move on to, of course, talk this morning. What's love got to do with it? A long time.
Stand for the touch of your hand makes my pulse react. That it's only the thrill for me, girl, opposites attract. It's physical, only logical. You must try to ignore that it means more than that. Love, do that. What's love? A second-hand emotion. What's love? Got to do with it. Who needs a heart friend? A heart can be broken. They see you and I'm acting confused when you're close to me. If I tend to look dazed, get it someplace. I've got cause to be. There's a name for it. There's a phrase that fits. But whatever the reason, you do it for me. Oh, what's love got to do? Got to do it. What's love? Second-hand emotion. What's love got to do? Got to do with it. Who needs a heart friend? A heart can be broken. But I have to say, I've been thinking about my own protection. It's just to feel this way. Oh, got to do it. But a second-hand emotion. To do it. Who needs a heart and a heart? Oh, got to do it. But sweet old fashioned notion. Got to do it. Who needs a heart and a heart can be wrong? Oh, got to do it.
Shop with confidence at Court. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Court, bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Here's a fun fact. In just 29 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
Exciting news from AutoTrade. Incredible savings are here. Take advantage of AutoTrade's Thrifty Thursday promotion. Mark your calendars. On the last Thursday of each month, AutoTrade is offering up to 20% off items throughout the store. Yes, 20% off. But wait, there's more. Keep your eyes peeled for our exclusive Deal of the Day offer, bringing you even bigger discounts on select items. Whether you're looking for car accessories, maintenance essentials, or just browsing for a great deal, we've got you covered. So be sure to swing by AutoTrade every last Thursday. At AutoTrade, it's more than a vehicle, it's a relationship. Terms and conditions apply.
We now carry and are fully stocked in granola fertilizers. Urea 46%, great for leafy green 15-15-15, great for all vegetables or young fruit trees 20-20-20, best for foliar spray and seedlings and small vegetables 12-12-17, great for tree crops or flowering vegetables and fruits 12-24-12, root crop fertilizer like dasheen and white potato 12-4-28, great for tree crops or flowering vegetables and fruits. Red potash for fruit trees and vegetables. All the fertilizers you need are available at Bloombox, located on Federation Drive, Goodwill, second property on the right after the Valley League Road. Your one-stop shop for everything that grows. Let's bloom together.
Not only does it make your white the cleanest and brightest, the benefits of using Clean and White bleach are endless. The sterilizing property of Clean and White bleach is beneficial for several household purposes. Clean and White bleach has the ability to remove mold and mildew from hard surfaces, serve as a disinfectant for household items like your kitchen and bathroom area, and even your baby's toys. Clean and White bleach is available in various sizes at Fine Food. Call 617-6342 or order on Click and Collect your Clean and White bleach today. Clean and White bleach available at Fine Food and sold island-wide.
Sunrise Airways is connecting the OECS fly to and from Grenada, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Dominica, St. Kitts, and Antigua with seamless onward connections. Enjoy competitive fares and the best in travel. Book now at sunriseairways.net or with your travel agent. Sunrise Airways, One Caribbean. We fly to connect people. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Sunrise Airways.
Give babies the comfort they need with padded diapers. A diaper with a powerful storage core that locks the wetness away and keep your baby dry. Soothe your baby's skin with a breathable cotton-like cover because Paddler's diapers has a wetness indicator. Your precious baby deserves a diaper like Paddler's, which has an easy fit due to flexible side panels with stretch that ensures increased comfort, a freedom to move, to crawl, to walk, to run, and play. Paddler's distributed by Fine Foods and sold island-wide.
Do It Center shoppers, we have exciting news. Your favorite home improvement destination just got a major upgrade. Get ready to experience the all-new Do It Center online store. Fresh look, same great products, and super user-friendly. Find what you're looking for in a snap. Need assistance? We've got you covered. Connect with our live chat agents for real-time assistance. But that's not all. Introducing the convenience of seamless online payments with reliable delivery service straight to your door. Shopping for quality products has never been this easy. Don't miss out. Visit store.doitcenterdominica.com and experience the new era of our online shopping. Do It Center, your partner in home improvement.
On you, I just meet Goldwyn in Roseau again. Same place outside Flossie's. I tried to dock him, but he had time see me. Where? Story start again. Million, lot of my power with us, huh? Sucker fella. I said the same thing you doing, shopping at Flossie's. And you don't have to tell me the same thing you tell me last time because I'm busy. It's to hear him way. You reckon? About my pocket, boy. I won't tell you that I save money in food and drinks when I buy quantity. I save more. Oh, shucks, man. Well, when you're still telling me, I know already. To pack a respect him, why? But I can him up here to Palais. I will tell all my friends from London, US and Dominica to come to Flossie's, right next to the Rosa Market. Open Sunday to Saturday. Flossie's can't do it to you.
Ooh, oh, oh, KFC. Ooh, oh, KFC. Looking for some good to go. He knows for so. KFC. Grab your family and your friends. Join in the experience. KFC. It's the best to be. Made for you and me. KFC. KFC. It's finger licking good.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
At Bloombox, we now carry and are fully stocked in granola fertilizers. Urea 46%, great for leafy green 15-15-15, great for all vegetables or young fruit trees 20-20-20, best for foliar spray and seedings and small vegetables 12-12-17, great for tree crops or flowering vegetables and fruits 12-24-12, root crop fertilizer like dasheen and white potato 12-4-28, great for tree crops or flowering vegetables and fruits, red potash for fruit trees and vegetables. All the fertilizers you need are available at Bloombox, located on Federation Drive, Goodwill, second property on the right after the Valley Link Road. Your one-stop shop for everything that grows. Let's bloom together.
Easy way to pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay. Flow is keeping you connected.
All right, Dominica. I'm sure you have heard by now that 4 months after being elected deputy political leader of the United Workers' Party, Senator Delbert Paris has tendered his resignation from his post with immediate effect. Paris was part of the March 19, 2025 meeting of the Dominican Parliament dealing with the passage of electoral bills, which was unanimously supported by all parliamentarians, including Mr. Delbert Paris himself. A civil engineer by profession, Mr. Delbert Paris was the choice of Anthony Charles, the independent candidate who successfully defeated the Dominican Labour Party candidate Gregory Riviere in the December 6 general elections. Paris was nominated as senator after the election by Charles, who won the seat as an independent candidate. In Dominica 2024 at the Delegates Convention, Paris challenged Dr. Thompson Fontaine for the leadership of the United Workers' Party, but lost. He won the post of deputy leader. Since the passage of the Electoral Commission Act, which was supported by Senator Paris, he has come under increasing pressure from some members of the UWP. Dominique over here, 449-309-596, and we'll, of course, continue to have the discussion there as we continue here in the morning.
For a smooth and refreshing taste. How smooth? Well, smooth. Guinness smooth.
Sources indicate that Mr. Paris tendered his resignation as the deputy leader of the party yesterday with immediate effect. No reason given just yet for his resignation, but he has promised to make a comment to the media sometime soon. So let's wait and see what Mr. Paris, what was the reason he decided to tender his resignation. Party officials are remaining mute at this point, or tight-lipped. Reheat the resignation of Mr. Delbert Paris. We also heard last evening that the opposition in the Caribbean Twin Island, the nation of Trinidad and Tobago, has won a decisive victory in yesterday's parliamentary election. Preliminary results suggest the win by the centrist United National Congress, UNC, party means that Kamala Bissassa will be appointed as the next prime minister. The 73-year-old already held the post once from 2010 to 2015, but her party was defeated in the last two elections by the center-left People's National Movement, PNP. Dominica, very interesting news, huh? Very, very, very interesting news. Preliminary results suggest the UNC, which campaigned on a promise to raise wages and create employment, managed to win a number of parliamentary seats previously held by the PNP. PNP leader Keith Rowley considered defeat late Monday, saying that it had not been a good night for his party and that it was clear that it had lost the election. Rowley, 75, serves as Prime Minister from 2015 to March of this year, when he announced he was stepping down and handing the reins of power to the 50-year-old Energy Minister, Stuart Young. But rather than serving out the remainder of Rowley's term, Young called a snap election just hours after being sworn in as Prime Minister. Mr. Peter Richards out of Trinidad and Tobago, CMC, has this report.
The 73-year-old Bissassa, as she had done in 2010, now has a comfortable margin of victory to lead a government in Trinidad and Tobago. The preliminary results show that the UNC coalition, that included several trade unions and other small political parties, won 27 of the 41 seats in the parliament, with the PNM dropping from 22 to 12 seats, and the newly formed Tobago People's Party winning the 2 seats from the PNM on the sister isle. It was a victory that even the veteran political observers and opinion polls, both official and unofficial, did not see coming. Prime Minister Stuart Young, who called the general election one day after he was sworn in as the head of the new government, had conceded defeat as the trend showed the opposition forces winning the marginal seats along the east-west corridor. Former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, who had stepped aside from active politics after 45 years in the arena, said the 70-year-old PNM will regroup as it has done over its years of existence and will name the opposition leader by Wednesday. Prasad Bisesa, a senior counsel who acknowledged her health status on the campaign trail, said that the victory was won for the people, using the party's slogan to say, when the UNC wins, everybody wins.
This victory is for the senior citizens to keep their pensions. This victory is for public servants to get their rightful salary increases. This victory is to reopen the Children's Hospital. This victory is to reopen Petrotrin. This victory is to once again give laptops to our children. This victory is to create over 50,000 jobs.
Prasad Bisesa is expected to be sworn in later on Tuesday. The elections were observed by teams from the Caribbean Community CARICOM and the Commonwealth, and those groups will later on Tuesday give their assessment of the polls.
We also heard last evening that Matt Carney is the new Prime Minister of Canada. Follow these and more stories. A lot of reaction as it relates to not only Trinidad, but the resignation, if you will, of Mr. Delbert Paris. Of the United Workers' Party, the deputy. Let's listen to a few of them thus far. Marlon, let me tell you.
Dominicans, once again, they take you. Anybody that is genuinely and honestly surprised at the resignation of Delbert Paris, I regret to inform you that you have not been paying attention, close attention, within the past couple weeks. You have not been paying attention to Dominica's politics over the past 25 years, or I don't know when all you're born, and particularly the style of the Labour Party, the style of Roosevelt Skerrit, the maneuverings of Roosevelt Skerrit. You have not been paying attention to how that man thinks and operates politically in Dominica. And already I see the narratives, the false narratives. Everybody know why I come out in UWP long time, but I will still say things the way I feel, even if it's in their favor. I will still say what I think. And based on my knowledge, I'm seeing false narratives already. They don't like young people. That's why they just lose. They push out their butt, all kind of thing. False narratives already that is playing into the hands of the people that set up the movie that's being played right now. It's a movie that there, and the directors enjoying the reaction of the public right now because that is the intent. That is the reaction they want. For the people to say, you see, the fella had potential. That's why that party doesn't go nowhere. That is the intentions of the people directing that movie. And it's working like a piece of cake. Because over the past 25 years, they take you and they still take all you again. They take you. Now the movie have other parts to come. When the other part of that movie come, or you're still going to miss the point and not realize what happened there. Because they take you.
All right, that was Marlon Jodell giving his piece on what he describes the movie. Let's wait for part 2. Again, let's move on there. We're taking more phone calls. I guess on the reaction of the resignation of Mr. Delbert Paris. I'm hoping we'll hear as media the reasons why he stepped down. But he was under tremendous pressure, of course, given the vote in Parliament on March 19th, 2025. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes?
Good morning, man.
Morning to you, yeah.
I agree with Marlon about this movie. And we've seen part 2 already, some successful part 2s. But we saw a part of a movie where it failed to go in their favor. And I must mention the glorious now chief of the Kalinago. I have a great admiration for that lady because she took him. She took him. That was one candidate that was not taken. She took him. And he wasn't happy about it, but she dominated him. So I expect to see someone being taken because we know that the Labour Party, Mr. Skerrit says it's well oiled. We don't know where the oil is coming from. He says it's not our damn business where the oil is coming from. But he always seems to have a lot of oil to bile disgruntled candidates from the United Workers' Party. So, Mr. Skerrit, where is that oil coming from? I ask again. Where do you get your oil to keep your party well oiled? Enough said, Matt.
All right. Thank you very much. 449-3095. 96 and 97. Hello, talk to me, yes?
I say love, life, light, healing, joy, gratitude, courage, and sacrifice. Mr. Pelty, blessings to your family, sir.
Blessings to you, blessings.
Matt, I have no great burning desire to be hated, no addictive urges to be loved, though they are both happening simultaneously. And life is about balance. So I give thanks. Matt, you see, we are politically immature or illiterate, maybe a good 70 or 80% of Dominicans. My political relationship with politicians are not a social relationship. I have no social relationship with a politician based on your expectations of me as a social friend. You're a political friend, and you should know or learn how to divorce our social relationship from our political friendship or relationship. Matt, I'm watching the whole thing play out. Marlon, glory be to you. And I'm asking myself, Matt, could it be that people are voluntarily compromised or played, or there is more to it? than just voluntarily being manipulated. Are people getting paid to be manipulated in this country? I don't think he's going to say anything, and I'm not, Sean, my brethren, I'm not saying you were paid or manipulated. I'm just using it as a reference point. Your reference point. Matt, you remember Sean said he would be making a statement, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
We have short attention span. Because you figure out if you're supporting a political party, you should not talk about them or against them. Oh. No. I open my big mouth sometimes and I speak out of turn, and sometimes I get myself in hot water. Yeah. But Matt, I like me. You know why I like me, Matt? I am not a zombie. I am not a voluntary slave. No politician, none of them, Matt, red, blue, or green, cannot tell me how to think when I come to my own conclusion based on my assessment. Because, Matt, I called Delbert Paris on 3 occasions. One friend tell me, what that hurting me the most is because he never responds. I don't like friends. I have brothers and sisters, not biologically. Biologically and not biologically or non-biologically brothers and sisters or biological brothers and sisters. I wanted to get a field of why. Why? Because that's the big question. Would you agree with me, Matt? You can remember UWP used to put some big question marks all over Dominica?
Mm-hmm.
Matt, can you resurrect one of them for me to hang on my back and walking around and asking why? The question still stands. Because he's not saying anything. He just acted in a way that raises even more suspicions and questions. I believe it was rude, it was treacherous, it was arrogant and disrespectful and irresponsible. The actions of Mr. Delbert Paris, Matt. And I would really want to hear what he has to say, which I don't think he's going to say anything, because he knows we have short attention span. Just a few weeks later, everybody forget us. But what Delbert did in Parliament, maybe it's the executive members that want him or wanted him out, who were there pressing silently, not saying nothing publicly to get him out. Because you said that you heard he was under tremendous pressure, Matt.
Huh?
You said you heard that he was under tremendous pressure within the executive.
I heard that within members of the party. I don't know necessarily the executive, but within members of the party.
Okay, within members. Okay, that's what you heard. I am just saying, Matt, people must hold politicians accountable. Do not allow politicians to use you as a damn rag or football. Why did Delbert did what he did in Parliament based on all the variables, not what was happening outside, what they were protesting for, what was being discussed in Parliament is the same thing, electoral reform, and proper and complete electoral reform. You hear how scared browsed over electoral reform yesterday, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
He's not dealing with the substantive issues having to do with the report that come from the OAF or the IACHR, Matt, whatever, tied up with the OAS and all. No, he don't want to get there. He doesn't want to answer questions about the accountability of monies. So I am just saying, my brother, Delbert, if you are a victim, my apologies to you. My apologies to you. I apologize to you. But if you think you want to use us as your victims, as your tool, my brother, as your step ladder to climb to be where you want to be at, my brethren, let time deal with you justly. I am just saying, Matt, people must stop with that fanatical, that extreme support for politicians. Politicians, are they your gods? So all of a sudden you want to hate me because Blessings talk about Delbert Paris. So when I see you, your mouth is extended, protruding like a damn elephant trunk. Who give a you know what about what you feel about me? I just say what I say. I speak my naked truth and I drive off. Too bad for those who want to get stuck in the mud of hatred, bitterness, anger, and vengeance. Let them just keep skidding and skidding and skidding. Dominic. We're not moving nowhere.
All right. Thank you very much, Blessings. More reactions there on my WhatsApp. Somebody says he should have resigned as senator as well. He shafted the back and stabbed the Marigot Pal Rep Charles. He always reminded me of Isaac. Now somebody saying I should get the reaction of Mr. Chegan James and Lennox Linton to get their reaction. As I said, party officials are now tight-clipped as to the reasons, but Delbert has not given a reason why, so maybe they're waiting for Delbert to give his reason. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yeah, 449-3095-96 and 97. Hello, talk to me, yeah?
Yes, hello. Morning.
Morning to you. Morning.
Well, you're right, he's on the wall, you know? Right, he's on the wall. Because I always see the United Workers' Party set to and only biting and eating up one another. And that's why you can never get to government. Just only eating and sell up one another. All you might ask, all your boss, what is his problem, why he resigned? But all you do is what's fresh for you, he's a human being, he's only tearing up and eating up one another. You can never be pregnant.
Well, again, allow Delbert to give his reasons. You can't make reasons for Delbert. Hello, talk to him on the telephone, yes? Uh-huh.
Yeah, good morning. How you doing, Matt?
Morning, my brother. How you doing from Marigot? Good morning.
Yeah, man, not bad. It's a little while now. I haven't called the station, man. I lost connection for a little while, man.
It has been a while. Good morning.
Yeah. Yeah, man, what is going on in Dominica is utter rubbish. You understand? People have been brainwashed. They do not understand what went down in Parliament on the 19th. On the 19th, only one bill was discussed. It was the Registration of Election, the Registration Act. And that is where United Workers' Party had at least 85% of what they wanted from the Electoral Reform Bill. In the Electoral Reform Bill, you do not have everything in one bill. You have the House of Assembly bill where you have different sections what you want, for example, bribe and financial campaign finance. You have also the new bill that they put on, which is the Electoral Bill. But Matt, you know, what is going on there? If somebody tells you ask for 10 stuff and somebody is giving you 8, I believe you will take the 8. It doesn't make sense that you do not take the 8 and you ask for 10. Now, all the stuff are not in one bill as the Registration Act. All what the electoral reform is not in one bill as the Registration Act. They are in different bills and only one bill discussed in Parliament. Dominicans are brainwashed and they do not understand. Now, Matt, what I'm calling for, it looks like, let's say, it's a Marigot thing because the party was born in Marigot. You know what I'm calling for right now, Matt? Matt?
I'm here. Yes, go ahead.
I'm calling for Honorable Norris Privo to resign as a trustee from the United Workers' Party. I'm calling for Edison James to resign as a trustee from the United Workers' Party. I'm calling for Lennox Linton to resign as the president from the United Workers' Party. I'm calling for Wayne James to resign as a member of the Electoral Commission. I'm calling for Wayne James to resign. I'm also calling for Cassie Henderson to resign. I'm calling for every Marigot person responsible and involved in United Workers' Party to resign. Because this is despicable, this is disgruntled, and people do not understand. The Marigot people have been teaching Dominicans, they have been exposing the things that have been hidden. So I'm calling for all of them to resign. Let us form within our own community because we are completely different from the rest of these people. They are utterly blank, they are stupid, they get fooled easily, and they do not understand nothing. I'm sorry to describe my nation like that, but that's exactly how.
What's up with your phone?
Paris did nothing. What's that?
No, you got cut off for a minute there. I was just wondering what's up with your phone. Go ahead.
Okay, I said,
yes,
I was saying that I'm calling for every member of Marigot who involved in the United Workers' Party to resign, from Norris Privo to Edison James to Lennox Linton to Wayne James on the Electoral Commission to Cassie Henderson who's in the Parliament. Every Marigot person who is putting some form of education towards Dominica that has been neglected over the years, from Bin Bubble come down to the $9 billion that Lennox Linton made Dominicans aware of, that they are blank. So leave United Workers' Party for the elites of who want it. They said Marigot are of the elites. Leave them. Let us know what is going on. We can form the Republic of Marigot. We will put a toll booth in the Bosch Bridge. We will put another toll booth in Melvin Hall Bridge. And you will have to pay to come to our community because we can maintain ourselves. We are up, we are eloquent, we are wise, and we are not stupid because Dominicans are very stupid and that
hold on. I see you going on there, my brother, Soul Post. Do you know, you seem like you know some reason why Mr. Delbert Paris may have resigned. Do you know that is what I think people are waiting for? Do you know? Do you know? The-
I glad Delbert resign. I glad Delbert resign.
I'm asking you, do you know the reason he resigned? Do you know?
Of course. The reason why Delbert Paris resigned is because Dominicans did not understand what went down in Parliament on the 19th. They're talking about one bill. One bill is only not include. One bill is what has been discussed in Parliament every time. Parliament don't discuss two bills. And there are three bills in Parliament. You have the House of Assembly Act that have different parts. That's the only electoral reform that we are asking for. You have the Registration Act, which have at least 75 to 80% what we have been asking for. You still have this new bill which are called the Electoral Act. And apparently, those persons in Dominica put everything, it was the government intention to put everything as one bill and fool Dominicans who have been utterly fooled and bombarded by stupidity and arrogance. Matt, this thing is very serious, and I'm asking for every member of United Workers' Party who born in Marigot, who has been educated in Marigot, who have been wise and have been completely different in Marigot, to resign from that party. Resign from that party now. Leave it for those who know what they are doing. They know exactly what they are doing. It's not an outing. It's a plan. They forced Leonard Clinton to resign. Now they forced Delbert to resign. Now, Leonard Clinton, I want you to resign as the president from that party. I want Edison James to resign as the trustee from that party. I want Norris Cooper to resign us from this party. Let's form the Republic of Marigot and leave Dominican in the utter rubbish with the cabal that will in them. Nonsense.
All right, Soul Poos. Very emotional here this morning. Somebody said, I support that call. Let them go and form their own party. That's a WhatsApp message. Wow. Somebody says the man has a right to do whatever he please. It's good for him. Everyone was calling for him to step down. No. He did what Blessings and others are asking for. Blessings, did you ask Delbert to? I can't remember you asking for him to step down, but somebody's indicating that you did. 449-3095. The only person I remember, though, to be clear, I mean, you had the cause, but more prominent, it was the former president of the, I'll try to get a clip of Mr. Isaac Baptist, did make a call for him to step down as the deputy leader. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes?
Yes, good morning, Matt. Matt, you
yes.
say you call in Delbert. Delbert gave, when you call Delbert the day after the first scenario in the House of Assembly, he did explain to you. Get the voice note and play it for the people to understand and hear.
No, but we played that voice note over and over. The people basically was saying at the time that they were disappointed because they were out there protesting, and the opposition in Parliament basically did not listen to them. That's the reason they gave.
The man was there. He gave it to you. Play it again. You have it. Play it.
Well, I'm again, Blue. He gave his reasons then, and if you want me to play it again, I'll play it again. 449-3095-96 and 97. Hello, yes.
Matt.
Yes. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Morning to you.
I want to give Dave all the support I have, and I wish Lauren will really come out of that. That is just pure nonsense that is going on in the country right now. If from things that would voted in Parliament, there has been on him like a tiger. So he resigned now. I don't think they should have a problem. The problem with UWP now is for them to go on the ground and try to win the election. They just bumping them up on the radio station all the while. Hold on.
Matt?
How are you?
Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
I'm calling from Marigot as well. I need to give my little piece. I've listened to that thing for the longest while from Delbert resign, and I really choose. I haven't even spoken to him about that. I was giving myself some time to, analyze the situation and see what is happening. Okay? Now, I don't want to give him any right in the way he voted, because as I said up to now, I'm not too sure why he voted that way. So I'm not supporting him on that. But what I'm saying is, we are people, okay? And everybody
don't think the same. Some situations drive us to do things that, even after we do it, we regret we do it, right? But what I want to say is the way that the people, the supporters of the UWP dealt with Delbert, I am really not happy about that, okay? Now, I'm a person who, I'm not a politician, but I understand politics well. I sat in classroom and listen and learn politics. And what I know about politics, one of the things I know about politics, no matter how much you run your mouth, no matter where you run it, the important thing is to check the most votes at the end of the day. That is what gives you win. There are some people who spend all their time on the radio running their mouth. And I just want to say to them, while that is true, that is not how people win politics. Like, there are some people, especially the guy from St. Joseph, who knows everything. But something he doesn't know is that you cannot know everything. Anytime you think you know everything, you don't know nothing. Okay? Because he knows so much. But he doesn't know that Marigot people, Delbert, I am certain that what happened there, we are going to use Delbert to take Marigot's seat and bring it back to UWP. We are going to do that. Now, I want to advise those people, those critics of Delbert, to go to their constituency, spend less time on the radio, go on the ground and speak to people, because that's where you can win election, on the ground. Go and talk to your people and get them to add your votes to what Delbert is going to bring to the party. Okay? I just want to say, this thing has happened. I don't think we're not happy about it. I believe it is time. Okay, Delbert has resigned. Okay, I don't know what again. All of us should say, okay, thank Delbert, because we asked him to resign and he resigned. And let us take it from there. Let's take the pieces, join them together and move on. You don't go spend golden time on Delbert, just running your mouth about Delbert. Delbert is an independent person. Marigot, let me tell you something, Matt. Listen to me carefully. If people were thinking, the majority of Dominicans were thinking like Delbert and Marigot people, we don't need electoral reform, We don't waste all that time and money on the electoral reform. When the election comes, we say we don't want labor. We don't want labor at all. We don't have a problem in Marigot. You are the people, you are the ones who have the problem and creating problem for the party, because you're not doing what you're supposed to do to win the election. So I just want to say, I'm very angry, but let me just cut here. And the last thing I'll say is that I want to advise you people who know so much to learn that you cannot win election on radio. Get your ass on the ground and talk to people and win the election for you.
All right, caller, thank you. Somebody else is saying, Matt, Skerrit knows how to divide you guys. The UWP not doing enough work on the ground. They still don't have anyone for the Soufriere constituency. They are lapsing. Comments here, 449-3095, 96 and 97. 9:05 is the morning time. Talk to me, yeah? Mm-hmm.
Mr. Pelte,
Yes, talk to me.
sometimes my heart does hurt me. You know why?
Why?
I find we Dominicans sometimes, we go to sleep in one way, and tomorrow we're getting up in the same old way, never intended to mend up ourselves another day. You understand? And when Delbert and they had this thing at all, I was the first one who came out and sympathized with him and talked to him and encouraged him for a young man. But I heard this man Solpu speaking. You understand? Everybody has a calling in their life, what they have to do and what they want to do. You understand? You cannot ask him that this go out, this go out, and this go out. Now, Mr. Privon, all these people with the stalwarts of the olden days would be able to know the whereabouts to help a young person so that they could go along. You understand? When you call all those to come out, why he himself does not go up and pick a place to do something if Marigot thing. I am a person, I raised in Marigot personally. I go to all the schools in Marigot. And my mother brought me down to Roseau. And I know people in Marigot are very wise people. But what you have to do is to sit down and talk and say something reasonable every day. Anger lies in the bosom of a fool. You understand? And don't ask people to come out and go to there. You understand? Let people make their choice of what they want to do. And stop this nonsense you do there. You making yourself pass as a fool. Thank you very much.
All right, somebody says, Matt, I believe it was the responsibility of Delbert Parish to address the people as far as what occurred in Parliament, accountability. Look at so many people went to jail for what they thought they were representing. The party seems very unstable to me, and no election can be won that way. There's need for stability in order to have the constituents follow you or constituents follow us. It's 9:07 in the morning, 4493095. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes?
Mr. Peltier, morning.
Morning to you, sir. How are you doing?
I'm taking it easy.
Okay.
But since that you talk about this gentleman, Delbert Parry, I heard that he technically committed political suicide in the parliament. Now, the thing is, what he voted for, you have to look at how consequential it is to Dominica and Dominicans in the near future. And based on information, that it can be very consequential, because this is the electoral reform we're talking about. This is something we spent over 15 years trying to get. If we get in one shot at it, we got to get it right. You cannot leave flaws in it, my brother. And as a political party, you have to set up principle that anytime you messed up in such a way, you should have the courtesy to resign. And nobody should self-pity and this kind of stuff. That means you'll be setting up a standard. You understand what I'm saying? And anybody that was in support of him doing something that would have caused that injury or cause confusion to that thing in the parliament should resign also. That is the principle that Dominicans supposed to stand up on, and not looking at whether you are my colleague or my friend or anything. When it comes to Dominicans and bread and butter and the issues that concern Dominica, you can't afford to actually bypass it and give somebody a pass or a tap on the shoulder. You have to do what it takes and keep moving on. So, Matt Peltier, I am saying he has committed political suicide. He's not supposed to be there. He didn't represent me. He didn't represent Dominica. And I felt like he should also resign from being in Parliament for what he did. Anyway, thank you very much for the opportunity.
All right, somebody, I think it was Blue, basically asked for a repeat of Mr. Delbert Parry on the 20th of, I think we spoke to him on the afternoon. I think we repeated that. So I'm going to play it again for those of you who want to have some perspective on the issue as to why he received so much pressure. This is the reason why. So let's listen again for this insert is about 15 minutes. So give us a little break here and digest what Mr. Delbert Parry said when he was called upon to make a statement as to the reasons why he voted that way in Parliament. Listen and listen well. Blue.
We have a good enough relationship. You can just shout me. Well, my thanks for the opportunity. Thanks for having me on. Yesterday was an interesting day. We went to Parliament yesterday, and we, as everybody knows, we had to discuss the three bills. Obviously, they were discussed separately as they're three. While they're under the same umbrella of electoral reform, they're three separate bills. The first one that was dealt with was the Registration of Electors Act. The Registration of Electors Act. And for the people who were following yesterday live, and the people who have taken the time to look at the presentation, particularly mine, you would have seen that we took the time to advocate very strongly and very forcefully on a number of the vexing issues that were in the bill that we felt, or that were not in the bill, that we felt should have been included. Issues of one of the big ticket ones, the residency. Speaking to the fact that if residency is not a key eligibility criteria, it risks diluting the votes of citizens who live in Dominica and who have to bear the consequences after selecting representatives. It means that people from outside can come inside and sway the votes of people who live here and have to deal with the consequences. And I would encourage people to go and look at that presentation. A lot of work was put into it, advocating on those issues. Matt, I would go so far as to tell you that we during the special parliamentary committee meetings that we had, we advocated very strongly on that as well, and we made recommendations. I reiterated those recommendations yesterday during my presentation on the fact that whether we're doing re-registration or whether we're doing confirmation, reconfirmation, residency has to be a key feature in the eligibility criteria. You have to prove that you have a stake in the game. So we dealt with that, I think, very adequately and very forcefully in the presentation, and during the debate yesterday. For those of you who were watching, there was an attempt to try to silence the voice of the people. If you look at the time span, man, they tried to rush the bills through. So much so that members on the other side were reluctant. They didn't even put forward an argument. They didn't even debate. Many of them just tried to rush the thing through. But man, we have to look at the rest of the bill. And at this point, I would like to say congratulations to the people who stood up yesterday peacefully, but making the point that they continue to stand for the right to participate in free and fair elections in their country as citizens, as residents. And that is because of that type of advocacy and that type of resolute stand by the people who were there yesterday and the people who have been there for years that we ended up in Parliament yesterday discussing electoral reform in the first place. So let's talk about the Registration of Electors Act and the things in there that we have been saying yes to for a long time as individuals, as opposition forces, as a party. Remember, Matt, we have been advocating. Remember, there was a time when the issue of identification in the electoral process was only going to be a national ID card.
True.
It's through the type of advocacy that we saw yesterday and in years gone by that now we have the government have moved from that to a voter identification card. Yes, they didn't give us fingerprints, but they gave us the photo ID. The photo ID specifically for voting. That is something that we said yes to. We have been saying yes to that as a party, as a country, as people, as advocates for years, and that is in there. We have the strengthening of the roles and responsibilities of the chief registering officer, giving him or her now the capacity and enforcing it in law that they have the ability to remove names of people who no longer meet the eligibility criteria to be on that list. That is something that we advocated for a very, very long time, and that is in there. Look at the role that the Electoral Commission is now going to play in terms of setting up the regulations and enforcing the regulations with regards to the registration of electors, be it in confirmation, be it in re-registration. That is something that wasn't always there. That is a feature that has been strengthened based on the type of advocacy that we did in the past. Let's look at the issue of the technology-enabled system. That is a move in the right direction. That is something that not just yesterday, we have been saying yes to these items which are moves in a positive direction for the advancement and the reform of our electoral system for a very long time. So Matt, and the list can go on. There are a number of things in there that the only reason they ended up in there is because of the type of advocacy that we have been continuously doing over and over and over in public, in private, through recommendations. I mean, look at the correspondence that the United Workers' Party has sent to the Prime Minister in recent times, where it talked about a number of vexing issues, right? But there are issues in there that is a move in the right direction. And Matt, here's the thing. Can we afford to lose all of those aspects in a bill that is going to be passed? Can we afford to lose all those aspects? Can we afford to be seen as rejecting all of the same things and playing into the hands of a rogue administration, suggesting that the same things that we advocated for that now is represented in the provision, that we don't want them? I don't think so.
But the statement by Mr. Blackmore that you supported the bill, categorically is basically false altogether. You supported parts of it.
I don't know you for somebody that always takes Mr. Blackmore at everything that he says. And you should be careful with that, man. You should be careful of running with disingenuous statements that Mr. Blackmore might try to give you the impression, because we were not there for all of the conclusions of all three bills, and they were not accepted as a block. There were three separate bills, and on that first bill, whatever disingenuous ploy was made to ensure that there's a division and people have to say yes or no, and boxing people into a yes or no answer. However that is played out in the public now, we have to make sure that we have clarity on the issue and understand there are things in the bill that works in our favor that we can continue to use and that we can continue to advocate for. And we understand the process of legislation. While we can accept the things that we've always advocated and always said yes to as a public, as advocates, as opposition forces, we continue to stand for the things that will continue to strengthen our electoral process. We continue to stand for the things that will block the loopholes that stand to compromise and dilute the authenticity of our electoral process. So two separate things can be true at the same time, and it does not in any way dilute or go against what we have been advocating for and standing for the same time. Now, Matt, here's what we have to focus on. What is our approach going forward? What is the new approach that we're going to take? Because, Matt, insanity is defined as trying to do the same things over and over and over and expecting a different result. Our approach now, going forward, is to use the advantages that we have. Go through the bills, look at the legislation, read through the regulations, and ensure that we're holding not just the administration, but the Electoral Commission accountable for enforcing all of those good things that is in the bill. Ensuring that when an election is called, be it snap or whatever the case is, we are ensuring that those good things that are in the bill that we have been saying yes to for a very long time, they are enforced and they are upheld. Ensuring that names that need to be removed from the list are removed, including on the issues based on residency, because that is in the bill, and holding their feet to the fire, making sure that the administration and particularly the Electoral Commission does the work that it's supposed to do on behalf of the people. And Matt, we can do that and should do that while we continue to stand for the rest of the vexing issues and continue to advocate and require and demand the rest accommodation for the rest of the vexing issues that are in the bill.
So you're standing with what happened with the, of course, some of the patriots that stood yesterday. You're standing with them at this point.
Matt, I am always proud to be associated and to stand with patriots. I resolutely continue to stand, continue to identify, continue to support and empathize with patriots. That is the reason why we were in Parliament yesterday. That is how we got there, because patriots over the years have continued to stand and demand, and that is what we need to continue to do. And we must not fall for the trap of the administration or the police. When patriots decide to stand peacefully, and it is turned into an uncomfortable, unfair, abusive situation, and blame patriots for that. People across the world have the right to stand and demand and advocate for the things that they want. It's government for the people, of the people, by the people. And the way that people continue to demonstrate that is by continuing to stand. So, of course, without a shadow of a doubt.
Somebody's asking me to ask you at this point in time, how was the vote done on the bills yesterday? Secret ballots or show of hands? And the second question, how did you vote, yes or no? Somebody's asking me to ask Mr. Parris. Yes. Explain.
No, but I just spent half an hour.
I suspect the person may have tuned in very late. Yes.
I just said I've spent half an hour. But man, so it's three separate bills. Usually the ayes have it, but on the first bill, they ask for a division, and what a division means is that they're boxing you into a yes or no situation or a spin or whatever the case is.
Okay.
Individually, everybody has to respond.
All right. Well, again, Mr. Parris, any final comments before you go?
Yes, Matt, of course. Of course, again, I continue to stand with the Patriots of Dominica. We continue to stand for the causes that will continue to give us free and fair elections in our country. ensuring that the voice of the people who have to live with the consequences of selecting representatives are never diluted. But also, Matt, what we have is leanings towards things that we can use in the improvement of our electoral system. Matt, we have to remember that this is not an overnight fight. It has been a long fight. It has been years of advocacy, and it will continue to be a long fight. Matt, we will continue to request and agitate for the amendments that will continue to strengthen our electoral process.
Somebody suggesting that you had a choice of maybe abstaining yesterday. What is your response to that?
Yes, Matt, we had the chance of walking out as well. We had the chance of not going to Parliament yesterday. We had all of those options. But like I explained to you in the initial thing, Matt, there are things that we have been saying yes to for years. The voter ID cards, the strengthening of the electoral system, the enforcement and the giving buoyancy and more teeth to our electoral commission, ensuring that our chief registering officer has more powers to remove and add names. And Matt, we have to understand, if we've been following the process for a while, we have to understand that amendments are continuously made to the bill. So while we take what is good, we can still stand and advocate for the rest of the things that we need. And Matt, I don't want us to lose sight and get distracted with and start majoring in minors as to what we've done and what we have to do. We must focus on looking forward and how we would start using and utilizing new leadership approaches to try and achieve the things that we want in the protection of our people and our country.
Just a final question to you, and somebody's trying to confirm. Can you confirm, sir, whether the Prime Minister was in Parliament yesterday? Was he in Parliament?
No, he was not there.
Were you?
The Speaker made an apology for him, saying that he had requested leave to be absent yesterday.
All right. So confirmation that the bill under his name was, and he was not in Parliament. Thank you very much, sir.
But Matt, I want people to remember that we were there.
Yes.
And I want people to go and take the time and look at the presentations. Look at the presentations and the advocacy that has been happening and advocacy that will continue to happen. Because this is serious business. We have things that we can use now, but there's advocacy. This is going to be a long fight. It is not over. I heard a caller this morning saying that it is not over. We have to continue to employ and promote new approaches to advocacy. And Matt, we can walk and chew gum. We can do 2 and 3 and 4 separate things at the same time. Every one of us has a different responsibility in this fight. And we must continue to support each other. We must continue to employ new leadership approach. We must continue to educate our people and ensure that when we bring people out, there's clarity on issues and give our people the clarity that they continuously need in this fight that we have been in for a long time. And Matt, as leaders, as legislators, as politicians, we have to ensure that we're not just using emotion to address issues of advocacy. We have to be using intelligence, we have to use tact, and we have to make sure that whatever we do works in the best interest of the people that we represent.
Mr. Delbert Paris, Deputy Political Leader of the United Workers' Party. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. The last time we heard from Mr. Delbert Paris on the 20th of March, to be exact. 2025. He given his reason why he voted for the bill. When we come back, again, we'll go back before we move forward. We'll give you a hint as to why there was a lot of pushback against Mr. Paris on that very day. But we're going to take a break and speak to our friends here from Harris Paints. There's a mega sale going on. Take advantage. I will come back to you after this. Stick around. Stick around.
Don't miss the Harris Paints Mania Mega Sale. Save up to 40% off. Select Ultima Exterior Flat, Trowel Text, Pure Interior Paints, and XL Gloss Colors. Plus up to 20% off. Select Ruschem and Ultima Oil Paints. From now until April 30, deals at a steal at all Harris stores and participating hardwares. Don't wait until last minute. Stocks are limited. Get to your nearest store and save up to 40% off only with Harris Paints before it's too late. Don't miss the Harris Paints Mania Mega Sale. Save up to 40% off. Select Ultima Exterior Flat, Trowel Text, Pure Interior Paints, and XL Gloss Colors. Plus up to 20% off. Select Ruschem and Ultima Oil Paints. From now until April 30, deals at a steal at all Harris stores and participating hardwares. Don't wait until last minute. Stocks are limited. Get to your nearest store and save up to 40% off only with Harris Paints before it's too late.
Are we speaking to Lelia Benjamin of Harris Paints this morning to tell us all about the mega sale taking place this morning? Lelia Benjamin, good morning to you. How you doing?
Good morning, good morning. I'm doing well, thank you. And how are you today?
I'm trying my very best. But tell me about the mega sale taking place at Harris. Everybody seems to be excited about.
So we are actually having a 3-day mega sale.
You say
So we listen to our customers and we're offering a 3-day mega sale here at Harris Paints.
3 day, you said? 3
yeah,
day.
3
Wow.
days.
That's a lot of days.
So we started yesterday and we're ending tomorrow, and it's 30% off store-wide. So before we had a promotion on select items, on Ruschem and some trowel text and some of the enamels. But we listened to the customers who came in and asked, what about concrete primer? What about the satin emulsion? What about the water-based paints? So we listened to them and decided to offer them a 3-day, 30% store-wide sale. So you can come into Harris Paint and get 30% off anything. And that lasts until tomorrow, 4:30 p.m.
Tomorrow at 4:30 p.m.
Yes.
What time did you start this morning?
We started at 8 this morning, but I know there were persons standing outside from 7:30 when I came into the building. So the customers have been coming in from yesterday and they continue to come in today, and I know tomorrow we will definitely have a bigger crowd.
Wow. So, of course, the people, the customers are reacting to this one.
Yes, they are. They have been waiting for it. They have been asking for it every time they're coming to the store and asking, what about the concrete primer? What about the satin emulsion, the water-based paints, the trowel text, the accessories? And we listen to them, so we're offering it 3 days, 30% off.
What about the people who seem confused always about what colors they may want to paint? Do you have advisors down there that could help and assist?
Yes, we do. Harris Paint has an amazing color center team. So you come in and we have a discussion with you. You might come in and say, I like green, but you're not sure what is the shade of green. So we ask you questions like, where is your home located? Is it in the interior? Is it by the sea? And then we guide you accordingly. So you don't just come in and select any color and you're lost. Our team takes time to guide you. Persons can also call into the main line, which is 448-3000. And our call center team will also assist over the line. Because not everybody have the time to come in, have the discussion, and then still pay for the pen. They prefer have the information ahead of time. So you can call us at 448-3000 and we will assist you.
How many colors are we talking about?
We have a wide range of colors. We have thousands and thousands of colors. We actually are a manufacturing company. So when it comes to paints and colors, Harris Paint has you.
Just call the color and you have it.
Yes. And if you have a particular color that you saw somewhere and you'd like to color match, for example, you saw the other day a customer came in with a leaf, as an example, and we color match the leaf for them. So that is how good we are at Harris Paint.
You have all the experts there at Harris Paints.
We do. Yes, we do.
When you say, is it a store-wide sale? Everything in there is for sale or just particular items?
Store-wide sale, everything in there. So all your favorites, and I know persons have the favorites. That's why I keep mentioning the concrete primer. and the satin emulsion and the gloss emulsion paint. So if you want to paint your wall, you want to paint wood, you want to paint cabinets, you want to paint the metal gates outside, you want to paint your roof, you want to paint your driveway, we have a covering for you, we have a coating for you. And it's 30% off store-wide.
What about persons who may not be able to come in and they can make the order from the phone?
Actually, if you're not able to come into the Harris Payne Kinfield store or Portsmouth store, you can go to Maxroy Trading. You can also go to LA Jupini, and they will assist you. Persons, for example, maybe want to purchase paint and they're not sure of the colors. For example, you're building a home and you have not decided on your colors yet. You can still come in, pay for your paint at 30% off, and then you can go with the base and return at a later date once you have selected your color.
Oh, that's
you
interesting.
Can come in, purchase the pail, go with it, and when you have determined your color, you come back to us and we will assist you.
Can you make these orders over the phone? Can you do that as well?
You can call in to get a quotation and do the order, but you have to come in to pay for it before we start processing the color, just to ensure that the color you told us over the phone is the exact color you want, the exact shade you want.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back before we wrap up. Good morning again.
Don't miss the Harris Paints Mania Mega Sale. Save up to 40% off. Select Ultima Exterior Flat, Trowel Text, Pure Interior Paints, and XL Gloss Colors. Plus up to 20% off. Select Ruscam and Ultima Oil Paints. From now until April 30, deals at a steal at all Harris stores and participating hardwares. Don't wait until last minute. Stocks Get to your nearest store and save up to 40% off only with Harris Paints before it's too late. Don't miss the Harris Paints Mania Mega Sale. Save up to 40% off. Select Ultima Exterior Flat, Trowel Text, Pure Interior Paints, and XL Gloss Colors. Plus up to 20% off. Select Ruscam and Ultima Oil Paints. From now until April 30, deals at a steal at all Harris stores and participating hardwares. Don't wait until last minute. Stocks Get to your nearest store and save up to 40% off only with Harris Paints before it's too late.
We're speaking to, of course, Lilia Benjamin out of Harris Paints. A big sale, a mega sale taking place at Harris Paints this morning. So take advantage. Again, Mrs. Benjamin, tell us about the hours and what's the latest we can get there at Harris Paints.
Okay, so we operate from 8 to 4:30 p.m. So we encourage persons to come between the hours of 8 and 4:30 p.m. And we encourage you to come as early as possible, because you don't want to come last minute and there are a lot of persons ahead of you tinting, and you have to wait a little bit of just some time to get your colors tinted out. So we encourage you to come as early as possible. Come in and take advantage of our 3-day sale. The sale ends tomorrow. It's 30% store wide, and you can come into the Kinfield store, you can go into our Portsmouth store, you can go to LA Jupini, you can go to Maxroy Trading and take advantage of that 30% off. Store wide, everything inside of Harris Paints is for 30% off. I mean the items, the accessories, your paints, everything that you want.
For examples, those of you who may not be understanding of 30%. So a regular gallon is like what price?
Okay, so it's normally $135.15. So $135.15 for 1 gallon, and right now you can get it for $94.60.
And that applies to everything in the store.
Yes, everything in the store, 30% off. So you are building your new home owner and you want to get those 5-gallon buckets. We encourage you to come in because they're normally $582. You can get them now for $407.64. Take advantage now. Persons have been asking for it. We listened, as I said earlier, and now we're offering it to our customers. It's a 3-day, one time only, 30% off sale.
I know there are people who live in the interior that always have a problem with mold in those places there. Can you explain as to what kind of paint you have to fight this?
So our paints at Harris Paints are already treated with a mold preservative. However, when we're having a discussion with you in the color center, we ask you where your home is located. It's not because we want to know all your business. It's simply that we can guide you. So, for example, if you say that you live in Port Cassé in the interior, we tell you we add additional preservatives to the paint at no extra cost to help fight against mold and mildew. Even though that the paint comes already with the mold and mildew treatment, we add a little extra because we know it's constant rain and moisture in the interior. So persons in Trafalgar, in Sylvania, in Port Cassé, Mont Prospect, persons that get all that rain, we normally tell them about the additional preservatives.
All right, so let's wrap it up at this point. Just to remind the many customers and those would-be customers of the big sale taking place at Harris Paints today before we go. Your final comments, yes.
Yeah, so we're just encouraging everybody to come down, take advantage, as I said, of the free day 30% off store-wide. You can contact us at 448-3000, and we will guide you with your questions, your concerns. You can also come to the Kingsfield store, the Portsmouth Harris Paints store. You can visit LA Disney and Maxwell Trading to take advantage of that 30% off store-wide sale.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Benjamin. We'll talk to you sometime soon.
All right, thank you for having me. Have a good day.
Blessings Day on the sale. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right, Dominic, over here, and let's do this and come back.
Don't miss the Harris Paints Mania Mega Sale. Save up to 40% off. Select Ultima Exterior Flat, Trowel Text, Pure Interior Paints, and XL Gloss Colors. Plus up to 20% off. Select Ruschem and Ultima Oil Paints. From now until April 30, deals at a steal at all Harris stores and participating hardwares. Don't wait until last minute. Stocks Get to your nearest store and save up to 40% off only with Harris Paints before it's too late. Don't miss the Harris Paints Mania Mega Sale. Save up to 40% off. Select Ultima Exterior Flat, Trowel Text, Pure Interior Paints, and XL Gloss Colors. Plus up to 20% off. Select Ruschem and Ultima Oil Paints. From now until April 30, deals at a steal at all Harris stores and participating hardwares. Don't wait until last minute. Stocks Get to your nearest store and save up to 40% off only with Harris Paints before it's too late.
Now somebody's asking a question here. It's a fair question. Good morning, Matt. On which side is Mr. Delbert Paris? Does Delbert Paris represent? Was it the opposition / independent side, or was it the UWP? He did not resign as the independent senator, but as the deputy leader of the United Workers' Party. So, which means he is still an opposition. Which side would he be representing? With a position on two political parties. This is so confusing to me. He accepted the position on one, he should resign on the other. He cannot be on both sides, which will put him in a difficult position. So when it comes out to take decisions, I have no problems with him being there. But it's a bit confusing to me at this time. That's a WhatsApp message. On the very day, March 20, when everybody was asking about why did Delbert vote for the bills there in Parliament, the former president of the United Workers' Party said this, Mr. Isaac Baptist.
Good afternoon, Master.
Good afternoon to you, my brother. How you doing?
I'm going to excuse my voice because I had a slight flu.
Understand.
Everybody knew me, Isaac Baptist.
Yes, sir.
I was a former member of Parliament as a senator, served at contested election. I was president of the United Workers' Party for 3 consecutive years, up to 2022 or 23 thereabouts. Isaac Baptist, is stating right now, I don't care what is the situation, who vexed and lost. Delbert Paris, deputy leader of the United Workers' Party, the United Workers' Party should call a meeting of the General Council as provided for under the Constitution and have Delbert Paris removed immediately as deputy political leader of the United Workers' Party. Delbert Paris was appointed senator by independent persons in the House of Assembly. From Isaac Baptist's point of view, when Delbert Paris assumed the deputy leadership of the United Workers' Party, he should have resigned as a member of parliament because the United Workers' Party did not contest the 22 elections on grounds of the lack of electoral reform, and it is a sham parliament. So he should have resigned. And for him, after persons went out there for days, mobilizing people to come down to Roseau against what was being to be passed in Parliament as meaningful electoral reform. We all know, tell Delbert stop insulting the intelligence of the people of Dominica, particularly people like me. We all know there are provisions in that bill that are improvement as to what exists now. To Puntasa, we have said so, everybody knows that. But the key issues that have to be addressed as to complete registration to avoid and remove all the names that should not be there, and confirmation will allow them to remain there. And most importantly, finance reform for accountability and the abuse of financial resources of the country by the ruling government. These are the main issues that have not been addressed in the bill. And this is why the people were out there yesterday and have been calling for, yes, we want electoral reform, but we want meaningful electoral reform. And for you, as deputy leader of a party that went all over the country, mobilizing people to come down to Roseau, people are out there taking tear gas in their backside, taking rubber bullets, etc. And you're going to give out with your fancy language talking that bullshit about this and that and that and that. I am going to ask the Castleberry constituency, and I think the Constitution provides for 3 constituencies, to summon a meeting of the General Council to have Delbert Paris removed immediately.
You feel that strongly about it, sir?
So?
I'm saying you feel that strongly about it.
How do you mean I feel strongly about it? He's insulting the party. He's embarrassing the party. You don't do that. And if they have the agenda, then pursue their agenda differently. You don't insult a nation and insult people like that way, and you have nonsense crap about this and that. We all know we can read and write and understand what it is. Everybody knows we have improvements. Of course, the voter ID card is an improvement. This and that is an improvement. But the key issues have not been addressed. And your role, and even you have stayed in the parliament and you debated the bill, after you submit your presentation, you walk out of parliament. That's the least you should have done. And come and join the people outside here. And you sit in your bullshit in the parliament and talking that crap. Man, go pack yourself somewhere.
Wow, wow, wow. This is the talk on the block, calling for the head of the deputy political leader of the United Workers' Party. That was the reaction there on March 20 from the former president of the United Workers' Party, a former senator as well. And hence, a couple of weeks after, on the 28th day of April in the year 2025, Mr. Delbert Paris resigned as the deputy. As to his reasons why, I'm hearing there from my sources a lot of internal pressure. But we'll wait on Mr. Paris to give his own reasons why. I don't want to come to any conclusions. Let me allow Mr. Delbert Paris to say his piece, huh? Now the search is on for sure. The search is on for a deputy for the United Workers' Party. So we'll get. Guess we'll inform you as to when that will take place. And we're hearing already some names. And let's talk to him on the telephone. Good morning to you. This is the host. Yes, my brother.
My first reaction to that, I can find the voice note and send it to you. A little sympathetic and empathetic and quite not that optimistic, Matt. You like to say not cautiously optimistic?
Mm-hmm.
I know you like that, and I like it too. That's how I was. So I was almost making an excuse and say, let us wait and see. When he gave the reason, the justification, that's why I saw his number. Marlon came out and said something, Matt, and I opened my big mouth, irrationally so, and said things which I regretted, and then I sent out a voice note on a link I know he usually eating and apologize to Marlon. You hear me, Matt?
I'm right here.
Okay, my beloved brother. I grew up, Matt, as a dumb illiterate, Matt, because my mother had 7 hungry children, and Matt, what I did to survive, I almost want to cry already. I don't want to talk about that. Let me get that off my mind. Matt, I grew up not going. I was 20, almost 30 something years, and could not read. Matt. I'm in my 50s. Matt, I taught myself with the assistance of Kimon Daru, Sheldon Peters, Jarvis, Henson Jarvis, Lowell Williams, Alberta Wilshire, Relda, O'Mara, and others, Matt. And I grew up while I could not read, Matt. I'm coming right back to you, Matt. And I used to hear, you think you know everything, mate? And I used to say, I think I know everything, it's just me. But I could not read, and people used to believe I could read, because I'm always damn intelligent. Ever since I get a fun, like a D, Matt. Matt, and I come up with something about 2-3 years ago. When people tell me, you think you know it all? I say, yes, I know it all. Because to know it all is to admit you knows nothing at all. And in comparison to all there is to know, Matt, where would I store all there is to know? Matt, I talk about being fanatical. When you're extreme, you see, like the Arabs, and I like to use them, Matt, the Europeans extreme as well, where the Arabs would put explosives all over the body, Matt, and breach security and go and kill, just blow people apart, knowing they will be picked up in shovels, Matt, the body parts, pieces. And that's how some people support religion and politics. That's why I'm not one of them, Matt. I'm not a fanatic. I am not a fanatic, Matt. I support Delbert Paris because I was shocked. And as I tell you, I tried to access the brother, to talk to the brother, and try to find out, my brother, why would you do something like that? And Isaac just said, if you did not come outside in solidarity, you walked away. And then he said a lot of things in the interview you just played. But he soiled up everything when he said we should not be majoring in minor. You see the partner that called Mr. Durand, he spoke a while ago, Matt, how many weeks he stayed in prison?
2 weeks, yes.
About 2 weeks. And that was minor. And all the other people, the guy Barlow, they hit with the gun in his face and he been knocked down cold. That was minor. All the people they arrested, that was minor. We are so foolish in that country, making excuses for people we're supposed to hold their feet to the fire. Because given the leverage or the leeway, look at what Skerrit have done to Dominicans. And I like UWP still, Matt have said it. And I'm not a UWPite. But UWP people have the tendency, Matt, to call the leaders out. Have you heard them through the years, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
I am not the only one, and I keep telling them, I don't know why you're getting all hot and bothered and ruffling all your feathers and all of that. I am not UWP. Do not depend on me to say things all you like only. Or when I talk about Skerrit alone, all you like, all you like, yes, blessings, give it to them. Let me tell you something. Never like me. because I'm going to say something or you don't like and or you will dislike me. When we give him Skerrit what that coming for him and he deserves rightfully so. I heard a partner call a while ago and say, oh, you're fighting among all yourself. Oh, you're supposed to tear Skerrit apart. Skerrit impoverishing on you, making all the children prostitute, little school children, drug dealing, going Guadeloupe and steal, killing one, all kind of things, poverty not causing that way, but you can make the connection. So it's UWP, Lennox Linton, it's Matt Bert, it's 295, his blessings with his big mouth, that fella from Tenjo, that fool, man. They're behaving like a dog that's barking at a flying bird. My brother, me, I think I know everything. So just now, the toll road, all you're going to put in Marigot. I hope all you put it just for blessings. I cannot come to Marigot. But Matt, I want to keep my cool and say, why glad Delbert resigned, and I would like Delbert to talk and tell the people why he did what he did, Matt, why he resigning from the deputy leader and not as a senator. All these things need to be questioned. We cannot want to question Skerrit on everything he do, and we want to strip every garbage under the carpet when it's UWP. Matt, you have followed me through the years. You know I'm not like that. And my apologies to those who take offense. I know it all, because to know it all is to admit you know nothing at all. And where would I store all there is to know in comparison to all that there is to know? Take that and suck on it and get all the brains fried. Have a blessed day too.
Matt, somebody's asking, if Delbert joins the SLP, meaning the Skerrit Labour Party, what will Mr. Soulpost say? Well, I have no information about that. Delbert, of course, as I said, will give his say. I heard this morning on the Nation station that he did promise a statement subsequently, so we'll hear. 9:57. Blue wanted to hear the full statement. I played it for you. Hope you're very happy now. Those of you who wanted to hear. And to talk to him on the telephone, yes? Uh-huh.
Hey, boy, man.
How you doing, my brother? How are you?
I good. Everything all right?
All right, man. Long time. Everything good?
Yeah, man. Just on the busy side.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been paying attention to the events since last night, coming on this morning. And I want to start off this morning by saying, okay, my name is Clint Rule. I like to say that first. But firstly, I want to say that politically, I think what Delbert did was the best thing politically. You know, it doesn't take away anything from him. It doesn't matter whether I'm a friend of his or not. I think politically, this is the best move he has made based on events that has taken place about the time when they had this stuff in over there. But notwithstanding that, this morning I want to put Soulpost under the gun. Soulpost, you said something this morning there, and I don't really understand the reason why you said that. Because you must understand that the United Workers' Party is an institution that encompasses the whole of Dominica and not Marigot. I'm a Wesley man. We all are for it. The Marigotness we have to respect. We have to respect the work done by Edison James and the work done by Lennox Linton, fine, and the work done by all the others, fine. But you have to remember, the United Workers' Party is not a Marigot situation. And what you did this morning by calling the rest of Dominica people stupid, it means that you pushing a narrative that the labor rights, the people who want to come and meet the United Workers' Party, the people have an issue with the same idea about the Marigotness in the United Workers' Party. You as an outspoken person for the party, by doing so this morning, like Matt just say, you open your mouth and you remove all doubt. So for that, I think you should call back the station and apologize to the rest of Dominica. Because when UWP goes out as a team, as to whether Edison James is there or not, or Lennox is there or not, or what's his name, Paris is there or not. But all the other people, the United Workers Party go to Dominicans and ask them to vote for them. Now, does that look like the United Workers Party only asking Margaret people to vote? No. So I don't share your opinion this morning, Soul Folks. I think it was unbecoming of you to do that. And I think if anybody had you to say that, I think it is very low and wrong to do such a thing. And I think the best thing you should do is call back the station and just say, hey, listen, I got tired of it, so I'm sorry. Okay? That is how I keep it for now, man. On the other hand, I just think, generally, I think they'll just move into this to resign. Based on what happened, it was a healthy thing for him to do politically. And that's all stop it for now.
Thank you very much. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes,
Matt Peltier, bonjour, morning.
Good morning to you, my brother. How you doing? This is Isaac Baptist?
As usual.
All right.
Listen to me. You just replayed my comment when Delbert gave reasons why he did what he did in Parliament, and I stated my opinion. Let me say that I personally am not a member of the executive of the United Workers Party, but I personally welcome the resignation of Mr. Delbert Paris as deputy political leader of the party. I will hope that he has not resigned as a member of the party. We all know, I think the resignation was late. Personally, as I said, if somebody haven't done something like that when he walked out of Parliament, or he intended to do that when he went to Parliament, his resignation letter should have been in his bag to hand over to the press when he came out of Parliament that day. But that's water down the bridge. I think the most positive comment made this morning was a gentleman from Marigot who, when he spoke, a lady just passed the call to him to make his statement. That we have now in a situation, we have the bills in front of us. It is not acceptable. There are many things that need to be continued. We'll talk about, but the party, as we said, needs to, particularly the individual candidates, the caretakers, need to go underground and do their work. Do their work relative to what you have as far as electoral reform and what is required to be done to win your constituency and to win hearts and minds. The leadership of the United Workers Party need to get themselves together and recognize that what happened has damaged us to some extent. Because up to yesterday, you heard the Prime Minister using it. Oh, the bill passed with unanimous support. And this is what they will continue to do on the local stage, on the regional stage, and on the international stage. It was a big error, but it is now over us. As I said, I hope that he has not resigned as a member of the party. I know Delbert well, professionally, and his dad and their company. I've worked with them on many projects. So we have no personal issues between us as far as I am concerned. I consider myself to be a professional. I consider myself to be one who speaks on the issues as I see it, based on principles. And it was something bad that happened. It is all over now. So he has to know if he stays in the party, continue doing his share to make sure the party wins. And if he's going to be the candidate for Marigot, he does his work and so that he can win Marigot. And those other persons who want to give themselves for politics, that they do it. And most importantly, the United Workers Party must consider and discuss with the other opposition forces, how can we collaborate? How can we unify to make sure that this administration has done so much damage to the country over the years will be no more. We can see the disaster taking place in Marigot, in Wesley, Surrey. The airport will be built. Of course it will be built because the Chinese will ensure that it is built. But it could have been built at a much cheaper cost, with more responsible, and so on. Everything this administration has put their hand on as a major project has been a disaster, and it has cost us so much.
Let me ask a question, because some caller is trying to challenge me there via WhatsApp. Did you make any other statement, read Delbert Paris, the next day after you made the first statement? Because I'm a little confused. Did you make basically to say that you said something else?
No, not that I'm aware of.
I can't remember.
No, if I didn't do anything else, if I said anything else, I never called the radio as far as I recall. I never called the radio on that matter since. And then if I make a statement, it would be consistent.
Because the person's trying to suggest that you came the next day and you watered down the statement. I can't remember anything you said after that statement.
You can't be Isaac Bap.
You can't be Isaac Bap. Basically, no. I just wanted to clarify. But on hindsight, Mr. Baptist, did you regret or are you regretting what you said to Mr. Delbert Paris on that very day?
But I just told you, how can I regret? And I just told you that I welcome his resignation. His resignation should have been much earlier, almost immediate, because the delayed resignation allowed the opposition and the government side to use it. And they used it in the press conference up to yesterday. And I'm saying that is obvious thing. This is why I love British politics, that when the people make a mistake, whether it is prime minister or not, they come out, they apologize, they state, well, yeah, there was some oversight or so, and they submit their resignation. And if the party wants to accept their resignation, the party accept their resignation. This is the honorable thing that should have been done. And this is why they want to discuss it, because it is stolen, it is watered down the bridge. And as I'm concerned that if he had done it a week after, the party would have lost the impact that the demonstration had, and the call for genuine electoral reform that had it done so. You didn't have to vote. We all know that, but it's gone. So I'm asking that I hope he has not resigned as a member of the party. He does his work, and that others there do their work. So
but do you still believe, with all the confusion, Mr. Baptist, that this Workers' Party is still the most formidable party in Dominica and the best party in the world?
What else will replace United Workers' Party? United Workers' Party is the most formidable party in Dominica and will remain the most formidable party for a very, very long time. United Workers' Party is in a situation they can win an election, but they have to be very strategic in the way we approach to our campaign and our politicking, both on the radio and in public. Of course it is. And we must recognize that every party has a weakness. And the fact that the other opposition forces were prepared to work with the United Workers' Party, we welcome them and we work with them, not necessarily waiting for them to come to us, but we can even go to them and see how we can collaborate. This has to be the approach. The Dominica Labour Party is strong in the sense that it has masterminded, it has professionalized the stealing of elections. I read the pieces of legislation. There are so many gaps in there that they will utilize, they will abuse, and they have started to do it. Even the call of the Electoral Commission, the fact that you have a piece of legislation passed almost 2 months now, or a month plus, and you are telling me that you're now putting a notice out for you to have persons to go and help you implement the legislation as far as the recruitment of persons, and you're given a 1 week notice. It is because you already have your people. So you're just putting a public thing in front there. You put the question to the Prime Minister yesterday. Can you assure the public that you wouldn't put it that way, but it was effectively that was the intention. Can you assure the public, the nation, that you'll give the Electoral Commission a reasonable time to implement the legislation as far as reconfirmation is concerned, or confirmation is concerned?
Mm-hmm.
What was his response? I put it to him the same time when there was an activity at the
That's true. Yes.
the TSA Center. And reasonable time. And his response, well, the Constitution provides for me to call the election any time. I know that, we know that, but will you give reasonable time to show good faith as far as the legislation is concerned and implementation? So we know where we are. We are in a very hard place. They control the finances. They control the finances of the party.
And he spoke after the question yesterday. He spoke again to the Constitution, that the Constitution gives him the right to call election at any time.
We know that. And this is why the legislation is so bad. Because although you have electoral reform, and then you say you have electoral reform and you act, but the existing list that we have a problem with, they have effectively removed residency from the legislation. Meaning that even though you're Dominica for 20 years, once you fill out the form and you provide the information that is required, no question about where you reside. And you could start. Except when you come to vote, maybe somebody might be able to see the loopholes there or something. But nothing about that. So they have effectively removed this very thing they have been using to abuse and to steal elections by bringing people from overseas. These are the issues that we are discussing. This is why the people are out there demonstrating. But that is water down the bridge. So I can only pray that We recognize what the work to be done. The United Workers' Party is not arrogant in its approach to elections by sticking to other opposition forces, and together we can bring salvation to Dominica. Bonjour, Matt.
Thank you very much, Mr. Baptist. Mr. Baptist still believes that the United Workers' Party can still bring salvation if they can simply unite with the other opposition forces. Question remains, will they? Very interesting conversation this morning. Hello, talk to me, yeah? Back to you.
Thank you, Mark. I insisted that you played the tape of Delbert. You did it. Thank you. I voted for Delbert Parish as a young man. And if I have to, I will vote for Delbert Parish again as a young man. Because we're asking for young people, and he's a very young and intelligent man. So I will vote for him again if push comes to shove. Thank you.
Thank you, Blue. Thank you. On the telephone, hello, talk to me. To each his own. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes?
Matt, how you doing today?
Hey, my brother, how you doing?
Morning, good morning.
How you doing? How you doing?
Matt, let me say good morning to Mr. Delbert Parish. Good morning, sir. You know, I gotta say morning to you, Matt. Matt, I can't believe Isaac. I think Isaac needs to retire from that the whole election and politics thing. Isaac gives Delbert so much blows. No, you want Delbert to stay in the party. Matt, one more thing. Your callers, you keep asking your callers, so put everything. What's the reason that Mr. Parish resigned? And not one of your callers could say what's the reason. You want to know the reason, Matt? Listen. The reason Delbert Parish resigned because Delbert Parish thinks that UWP as a party can never win an election in Dominica.
Well, allow Delbert Parish, my friend. Allow Delbert to give his reasons. Don't speak for Delbert, okay? Don't speak for Delbert, okay? Other people have done the same and they find themselves in a lot of trouble. Don't speak for the man. Allow him to speak for himself. Okay, my brother? Thank you. 449-3095-9697. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Well, I want to say,
yes,
I'm sorry Delbert Parish resigned as the deputy leader.
Okay.
But I also want to tell him the fact that he fought his friend resign, he should resign from the party. And he should be the new United Workers' Party, the new vibrant United Workers' Party. Leave them people that creating confusion in their mess so they will stay there. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. 449-3095-9697. Hello, yes?
I hate to spoil the party.
Okay.
Because I just read my constitution again, the relevant parts.
Mm-hmm.
The Constitution says, because I listened to the Prime Minister yesterday, I listened to Mr. Baptist this morning. The Constitution says that the Prime Minister has the authority to advise the President to dissolve Parliament. Then it says that the President has the power and must call an election within 30 days of dissolving Parliament. The Prime Minister does not have any authority under the Constitution to determine what day election shall be held. That is what the Constitution says. Now, we can interpret it how we want. That is our right, but it doesn't change what the Constitution says. Now, the reason I'm saying is because here's the issue. The Constitution also says that in a case where the President must act under the advice of the Prime Minister, which is what is true in this case, the President can only dissolve Parliament if the Prime Minister advises him to. The Constitution says that the President is not obligated to follow that advice. And the reason for that is this. The only reason why the Constitution says that the President can dissolve Parliament at any time is because the Constitution provides that a vote of no confidence can be laid and passed in Parliament at any time. So that if a vote of no confidence is passed at any time, and the Prime Minister advises, as he must, advises the President to dissolve Parliament, then there has to be a dissolution of Parliament, and then the President must dissolve Parliament. But if the dissolution of Parliament is premature, for example, as happened in the last election, when the Prime Minister advised the President to dissolve Parliament, the President had the authority, and I will also say the obligation under the Constitution to refuse to dissolve Parliament, because to call elections before the life of Parliament has passed. I've said enough on this, but I think it's time we go back to what the Constitution says and stop telling people that the Prime Minister has a right to call elections at any time. No, he has a right to advise the President to dissolve Parliament. Those are two different things. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Somebody's asking me to clarify. Clarify for me, Matt. Delbert Paris submitted his resignation as deputy leader yesterday. The question is, has the UWP executive accepted his resignation? Well, based on my sources, yes, they may have accepted the resignation. I'm sure they will clarify. On the telephone, hello, talk to me. Yes, we have.
What's up, bro?
Hey, how you doing, man? I haven't heard you in a while. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't seen you a while too much.
Everything good?
Yeah, good. Very safe. Matt, allow me to make a little contribution here this morning.
Okay.
Matt, the first thing, I have a question for you. The question is, how you see, what you think about the word united? Can you give a synopsis, a definition of united?
Coming together.
Coming together, Matt. Be together, work together. Matt, you see any party in Dominica with the word starting united, is united in Dominica?
If I see any party within
any political party that the first word united started with the name united, is united in Dominica?
I don't know if I can answer this question. I'll tell you why. Because there's some people within the United Workers' Party who are united. There's some who are divided, but I can't dismiss that there's some unity in the United Workers' Party. I can't dismiss that.
Yeah, Matt, one of the reasons why I'm saying this is because I say this to say, Matt, Dominicans should never take a chance. And let me put it the other way. This is just to show you that if this political party ever get a chance to rule this country, what will happen to this country? Matt, they're united, but they are not. They carry the name united, but they are not united. They are the party that carries labor, which means it is laboring for the country. It is working hard in the country. The one that says that it is united, it is not united. It's fragmentation and division all the time. Mike, you know the amount of deputy leaders that party has passed.
Would you also admit that there's a lot of fear within the Labour Party? So if you speak out, they will say something that you might not like, or they might victimize you. Don't you think that might be an element of what you claim now as unity within the party, the Labour Party?
Not the Labour Party is the best organized.
Well, are you saying there's no infighting within the Labour Party?
Matt, I cannot say, because I'm answering you. Matt, if the party is the best organized political party in Dominica, why should there be fighting, Matt? There is no fighting.
So you're saying there's no infighting within the Labour Party?
No, Matt. Not for me, not for leadership. Not for leadership, Matt. Not for leadership. You saw what the delegates did. Roosevelt Skerrit elected again unopposed, Matt, with no problem.
Because why? The others refuse to stand up?
Matt, which others refuse to stand up? The others see Roosevelt and know that Roosevelt Skerrit is the best political leader presently for the party. Please don't cut me. I'm having a chat with you.
We're having a talk. I'm just saying that there are many people within the Labour Party, my friend. There are many people within the Labour Party who wants to, of course, take up the position as leader, but they're not being allowed. Would you agree with that?
They're not being allowed, Matt. The party is a democratic institution. And anybody who wishes to contest the leadership of the Labour Party may come.
But have you seen any names? Have you seen any other names within the Labour Party that has put up their names for being the Prime Minister of Dominica? So you have one person within the Labour Party who's interested in being the Prime Minister?
Matt, there are names that has come up. But when it comes to the delegates decide who is the leader.
Are you saying there's nobody as competent as Mr. Roosevelt Skerry to be leader of the Dominica Labour Party? We're having a chat.
Matt, when the time comes for Roosevelt Skerry to stand down, or the delegates or the supporters, members of the Labour Party decide to tell Roosevelt Skerry, take a stand down, and this is the other person, Matt, they will elect the other leader. But for now, Roosevelt Skerry is the leader. Hello?
Are you there? Are you there?
I am there.
Okay.
I am saying that when the time comes to elect another political leader for the Labour Party.
So when will that time come? Because he said he was going to resign maybe 2 days from now.
Matt, if he answer you how many times, you keep on asking the question at the press conference. Every time he answer you, Matt, when the people who put Roosevelt Skerry, political leader of the Labour Party, ready to remove Roosevelt Skerry and tell him to stand down, they will. The opposition members or the opposition supporters cannot tell Roosevelt Skerry to go when the Labour supporters, the Labour members, still stand tall behind and with Roosevelt Skerry. And they need to understand that. Hello?
I'm still here. Somebody's sending me a voice note. Let me see if I can play that voice note for you. Let's see.
Matt, you see the problem with them fellas? You remember what he say and tell him to get the hell out of there on this? You remember what he say? So you don't want him as deputy, but you want him to stay as a member for political interests that he, Mr. Baptist, will have. You want him on the back end for whatever liquid support he have can still bring to the table.
Anyway, we'll continue having the conversation. But
Matt, are you with me?
I'm here.
Can you allow me to finish?
Go ahead.
To wind up?
Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
Matt, the UWP have had several deputy leaders and resigning under the political leadership. Matt Ron Green, Matt Marcel Okat, Matt Dr. Farara, Matt Ronald Charles, Matt Sikiri, Matt Delbert Paris.
Ronald Charles, I don't think Ronald Charles resigned though. He was voted out at the last delegates conference. I don't think he stepped down. No, I don't think he stepped down.
So why did is he incompetent?
No. You see, that's the difference between the United Workers' Party and the Labour Party. They give others a chance to lead. That's the difference between the Labour Party. But no other. You know, a couple of years ago, I think, with the exception of last year, there were no delegates conference of the Dominica Labour Party. Would you agree?
Matt, we just had a delegates conference.
I'm saying, just with the exception of last year, you're not paying attention. When was the last time you guys had a delegates conference? When?
Matt, it doesn't matter.
It matters, my brother. It matters. You have to give somebody else a chance to represent the party at the top. It matters. It matters.
Matt, Roosevelt Skerry to still stand tall even if we have delegates.
Well, I don't know. You cannot say that. You cannot say that because we've had 12 years, and there was no delegates conference. So, you cannot just say if. Let's say if maybe a couple 5 years ago somebody may have stepped up.
You're not giving me a chance to speak.
Well, I'm even having a conversation with you. I'm telling you that they will know. Do you think it's right? And a lot of people, including the former agriculture minister, have spoken out. He's saying it's not fair that the Dominica Labour Party has not have a delegates conference. Will you agree?
You see, Matt, can you allow me to speak, please?
I'm allowing you to speak. I'm asking you a question.
And the supporters of the opposition are doing is you all are minding Labour's unity vibes, unity business. You all are minding Labour's leadership problem.
One thing I can tell you I love about the Labour Party, they don't wash their dirty linens in the public. That's one thing I will admit, my brother. They don't wash the dirty linens in the public. Will you agree?
I agree that Labour should never wash its dirty linens in the public.
Are you saying they don't have dirty linen?
It may be, but we can't do that. We can't go in the public and wash it. We have to fix it, and we continue fixing it, and we'll continue to fix it. Not like you at UWP. Every day is a fracka, is a fracka, is a deba, is a this, is a that. Isaac Baptist and Allen Oxington and Thompson Fountain and all that, sir. Only already, be about yourself. Leave Labour where you're there.
All right, my brother. We have had a nice conversation. Have a nice day, my brother. Reynolds Alexander out of Grand Bay. Of course, a big Labour supporter. 1024. Hello, talk to me. Yes? Good morning.
Madam, that they will not, the people in Labour power will never
give another person leadership because they are afraid of the dictator Roosevelt Skerrit. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. 4493095. Somebody saying this caller is biased. The fact that Skerrit stole the leadership of the DLP following the death of the former Prime Minister Pierre Charles with intent and an agenda, and Skerrit is not going to allow anyone in the DLP to take up leadership role until the Dominican public takes him out of power. That's a WhatsApp message. We've got, it's about 10:21 in the morning. This is the Hot Set, Dominica's most talked about talk show. Talk to me.
Matt, two things I want to say quickly and finally.
Go ahead.
Matt, let me shout out my brother from Grand Bay. I send him information all the time, you know.
Yes.
Sending him, he's not responding. But I was hoping that he's well, and I said I had to ask him. Praise God, I hear his voice, very vibrant and passionate about the Dominican Labour Party. To hell with the country, Alcindor, but just give you your Labour Party. I like you. Be extreme. Matt, people must be careful. And I told that to you a while ago, how I still love UWPI supporters, and I am a supporter, but I'm not a UWPI. Confuse all you again. Matt, the timing of the resignation. Matt, you seen all what that is happening in Dominica? What took place in Antigua, talking about CBI investment programs and all the foolishness. So listen to Curtis. Ask Skerrit, what did you came out of that conference with? What did you hear the kitten, how he played with a ball of twine and skirted around the issue, evading the question, not answering? Did you listen to that, Matt?
Mm-hmm. I was there.
Never answered the question. What did you come out? He talked a set of foolishness. Matt, people must be careful with Skerrit. You, and I give thanks for the questions you ask, you send to me. I just watched it there this morning, then I'm saying, damn, he did not answer the question. What I'm saying with all what that is happening with the OAS and the other organizations, they wrote to the government of Dominica, Roosevelt Skerrit, Ralph Alcindor, and Ronald Alcindor, Roosevelt Skerrit. And up to now, Matt, did you hear nothing substantive more than that laborious response? Even in the press conference, I thought he would have talked about it, but he did not. So it's very interesting, Matt, to see what is happening in Dominica. And at the perfect opportunity or moment, Delbert Paris resigned. And what we're talking about this morning, Matt, Delbert Paris and his resignation, and Isaac Baptiste, and that big fool from St. Joe, who have a big mouth, he thinking everything, all members of the UWP that were born in Marigot need to resign. Make Marigot a republic or whatever. But you see what we're talking about this morning? Why now? In all your political machination, all your maneuvering, planning, plotting, scheming, all you're raising more questions than all you're answering anything, Delbert. And Mr. Linton and Edison James, and it is healthy. But that's the manifestation of a democracy. The people openly discuss the dirty linen. If not, they're going to build fungus and the mold going to give you cancer, Matt. You don't see now people are just falling, whooping, let me not say, Rosie Douglas and Pierre Charles, the way they died. Ed Regis, the way he died. Raising a lot of suspicions, my brother, Mr. Alcindor, my friend. So it is healthy to wash your dirty linen in the public and open it in the sun to kill all the mold, the bacteria, the fungus, and all of that. It is healthy. So, Matt, I'm just saying, whatever is happening in Dominica, if what I am suspecting is the case, Matt, I will not fall for it. Nothing. I'm too old to be afraid, and I'm too experienced to be surprised. Have a blessed day, sir.
Have a blessed day, 4493095 and 96 and 97. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Matt, I want to agree with Blessings because the opposite of that is that they're behaving like the mafia. When they talk about not washing their linen, if you wash your linen in public and you're in a mafia organization, you get shot. And that's what it is. So as it's a democracy. And you know, Matt, here's another point. Many people are thinking that Q95 belongs to the United Workers' Party. You need to remind them that it doesn't belong. It's not a party. If it was a party radio station, we would not allow the likes of Clarence Christian or any of these labor rights supporters to talk on it, because that's how the Labour Party is behaving. Not even DBS, when they're having their program, practically speaking, you can call. What to speak of when they're having their program on Kyrie. So, you know, Q95 is open for many, many different types of people who want to voice their opinions. And it's a variety of opinions, and it doesn't necessarily represent UWP. Thank you, Matt.
All right, thank you very much. Somebody says, Matt, it's because the Labour Party doesn't wash their nasty linen in public. That's the reason why Dominica is still in the shit it is. Tell Alcindor behave himself. Matt, the Labour Party linen, you need to see that with our wooden glasses, Mr. Alcindor. Somebody saying high unemployment, deplorable roads, garbage pile up, no lab in the main hospital, no supplies in schools, Social Security not paying the claims, mass migration or qualified Dominicans. The list is endless, Matt. This Labour right is feeding off country resources, so they are blind to the Labour Party faults and how scary it is declaring the country. 4493095. So, Mr. Alexander, I'll send you somebody saying there's a lot of dirty linen out there, but you need a wooden glasses to see all of that. Hello, talk to me on the telephone quickly. Yes. Oh boy.
Matt, I love it when Blessing say he's not a member of any party, political party in Dominica. Matt, that's not the same Blessing that was in Lago on the stage going, workers! That's not the same Blessing, Matt. Matt, and tell Mr. Baptist for me, retire, let the young people, that's the reason UWP don't have no young people, you know. It's people like Mr. Baptist that's holding back the party. My brother, stay on your rocking chair, relax, finish with politics. Matt, have a good day.
Have a great day, my brother. Hello, talk to me. Oh boy. We're going to come back after this.
They're smooth.
And then there's Guinness Smooth.
It's a brand new cool.
Incredibly smooth.
Perfectly balanced.
For a smooth and refreshing taste.
How smooth? Well smooth. Guinness Smooth.
For a smooth and refreshing taste. New Guinness Smooth. Must be 18 years or older. Drink responsibly. Socialize responsibly.
Locally distributed by Belfast Estate Limited.
Dominica Q95 Radio is opened for your business in collaboration with the National Development Foundation of Dominica. Get ready to join Q95 Radio and NDFD for Nature Island Small Business Buzz, a live radio program bringing in empowerment to small business ideas and entrepreneurs across Dominica every Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 5 p.m., offering a unique national platform for small, medium, and growing business enterprises in Dominica. Together, we'll aspire to connect, advertise, learn, collaborate, and witness small business entrepreneurs thrive and succeed in the fertile broadcasting soil of Q95 along with the NDFD. Join us on our journey every Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 5 p.m. One unbroken, exciting hour of free Q95 Radio small business promotion as together we explore all the challenges, the setbacks, the setups, the comebacks, stories, the history, the startups, the breakthroughs, the financing, the sweat, the toil, the sleepless nights, the heartbreaks, the triumphs, the business plan, the overall success in pursuing your small business dream come true in the Commonwealth of Dominica. Join veteran broadcaster Franklin Peter Moses and Mr. Donald Bacasio, highly skilled, qualified, sought-after business and entrepreneurial manager, small business development expert, and strategic business coach. Together, we're taking you and your small business to the pinnacle of success in the Dominican economic landscape. So don't miss Niche Island Small Business Buzz every Tuesdays and Thursdays right here on Q95 Radio, the big station.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Big news, Dominica! DeWitt Center is now even closer to you with the opening of DeWitt Center Express, conveniently located on Cork Street, right next to Fresh Market. Get all your home improvement essentials fast with everything from tools and paints to home decor and more. Plus, enjoy the same great service you know and trust. Now, just a quick stop in the city. Visit us today at DeWitt Center Express, your partner in home improvement, now closer than ever.
Market. When money don't count and the pocket doesn't hurt you. A fresh market. We are open 7 days a week with the top of the line products. Well stocked supermarket and pharmacy, health and beauty care, fresh produce and meats prepared daily, hot and cold kitchen, ready to go meals, sandwiches, salads, and desserts at your fingertips. Easy access, located on the bayfront, environment friendly, and our staff are approachable and ready to assist. Have you figured out who we are? You got it. Fresh market, your one stop. Fresh market,
Now available at ESA Trading Limited Showroom Department, a wide range of household items and accessories placed in porcelain, ceramic, clear and cordial, bowls in glassware, plastic and porcelain, pot sets and frying pan sets, glasses for all occasions, knife sets and cutlery, water jugs and storage containers, wooden spoon sets, dish strainers, chopping boards, bath towels, shower curtains, bed sheet sets, curtain rods, living room sets, recliners, and dining room sets, mats and rugs, and so much more. All at unbeatable prices. Visit us today. We are located at the corner of Kennedy Avenue and Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard, Roseau. ESA Trading Limited, making a difference for you.
And carry, cash and carry, and carry, cash and carry. Carry, we offer the finest selection of products that cater to your every need, from groceries to household essentials. Our shelves are stocked with quality items that are sure to impress. And guess what? We're not just great for wholesale. We're also your go-to place for all your food service needs. Located right opposite the Immigration Department on King George V Street in Roseau, we take pride in providing you with an unforgettable shopping experience. Our friendly staff is here to assist you in each and every step of the way. Ready to place an order or have a question? Call us at 316-0184 or 255-6823. And carry, cash and carry, and carry, cash and carry. We can't wait to see you.
More voice notes coming in here. Inundated with voice notes, huh?
Matt, good morning. I listened to Soulpus there. Soulpus is an ignorant fella, man. Matt, Soulpus said that the current president of the United Workers' Party, Lennox Linton, was forced to resign, and that is part of his rationale. for Marigot to make the Republic of Marigot Party. Matt, Lennox Linton lost 2 elections as leader, 2014, 2019. Just as Mr. James lost 2000 and 2005, and he had to make way for a new leader to go into the next election based on the party's constitution. Lennox Linton had to do the same. So when the calls were made for him to step aside for somebody new, 3 years after his second, on the 3rd year after his second election loss as leader, all he had to do was do the honorable thing. It was already October, November. Do the honorable thing, go into the delegates conference and do not put your name up for re-election, and endorse whoever wins, pass on the baton, just as Mr. James did when he passed on to Earl. And just as they did when they passed on to Ron Green after Earl, unfortunate situation. That is what Lennox Linton had to do in 2022. But he did not do that. He went on his porch, his veranda, his patio in Mount Daniel. He went live. And he called the members of the party backstabbers and traitors because they wanted him to step aside as leader and put somebody new after his 2 losses as leader. What Scary do? Call a snap election 2 or 3 weeks after. An unnecessary, foolish election that just extended the time. So for Sobus to come this morning and do like they do things above board in Marigot, and Marigot is it, and everybody else do tish. Okay? And all what they do is the best political things to do in Dominica. My brother, you need to go take a long walk on a very short bridge. Pay attention. No, asking Dominicans, so just pay attention. Just go back in time and pay attention. Go back in time to 2019, 10 days before election, when Al Jazeera break their report. Pay attention, because there's a wide range of things that will be discussed in time to come. Have a good day.
See the problem with them fellas? You remember what he say and tell him to get the hell out of there on this. You remember what he say? So you don't want him as deputy, but you want him to stay as a member for political interests that he, Mr. Baptist, will have. You want him on the back end for whatever little support he have can still bring to the table. You see the man to face, Matt? That place is a sick place. From high up, go right down the gutter. The man have a level of principle that guiding him as a man. He do what he had to do as a man. People cannot correlate because Dominicans not strategic and deal with Delbert yet. And you hear Baptist? That is them man. That is why UW cannot win. Them all two-faced heads that they're not strategic, they're not modern, they're not Y2K, they're not meta. In other words, my brother, that is the problem. Delbert just come. Stop trying to put 25 years of loss on Delbert. Delbert just...
What's going on? Sorry.
Come there. Reflect on yourself and what you did for 25 years that did not get UWP there. So now you understand when those attitudes are exposed, Matt. Why UWP out of office for 25 years? Delbert there less than a year.
A lot of text messages coming here. The UWP is their own downfall, and it often stems from arrogance in fighting or ignoring the needs of its base. Just let them know that the power without accountability is very fragile, and they need to stop the self-destruction.
We are open 7 days a week with the top of the line products. Well stocked supermarket and pharmacy, health and beauty care, fresh produce and meats prepared daily, hot and cold kitchen, ready to go meals, sandwiches, salads, and desserts at your fingertips. Easy access located on the bayfront, environment friendly, and our staff are approachable and ready to assist. Have you figured out who we are? You got it. Fresh your one stop. Fresh market,
Now available at ESA Trading Limited showroom departments, a wide range of household items and accessories. Plates in porcelain, ceramic, clear and cordial. Bowls in glassware, plastic and porcelain. Pot sets and frying pan sets. Glasses for all occasions. Knife sets and cutlery. Water jugs and storage containers. Wooden spoon sets. Dish strainers. Chopping boards. Bath towels, shower curtains, bed sheet sets, curtain rods, living room sets, recliners, and dining room sets, mats and rugs, and so much more. All at unbeatable prices. Visit us today. We are located at the corner of Kennedy Avenue and Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard, Roseville. ESA Trading Limited, making a difference for you.
And carry, cash and carry, and carry, cash and carry. Carry, we offer the finest selection of products that cater to your every need. From groceries to household essentials, our shelves are stocked with quality items that are sure to impress. And guess what? We're not just great for wholesale, we're also your go-to place for all your food service needs. Located right opposite the Immigration Department on King George V Street in Roseville, we take pride in providing you with an unforgettable shopping experience. Our friendly staff is here to assist you in each and every step of the way. Ready to place an order or have a question? Call us at 316-0184 or 255-6823. And carry, cash and carry, and carry, cash and carry.
Everybody wants to give the two-piece here this morning. There's so many voice notes, so many messages. Let's try.
Good morning, Matt.
Morning to you.
Matt, I just want to tell Delbert Paris that I support him and his resignation. And of course, I think that this would have been the best thing to do, and he has done it. Matt, it's the same way when people thought that Lennox Linton should go. He just simply resigned. All it shows, Matt, is these people are people of integrity. They don't wait for people to kick them out. And they are men that know that.
Oh, what's going on here? Sorry about that.
Power doesn't only reside in their bosoms. So they don't wait for people to tell them, oh, you are great. Because they already know who they are, what they are. And that little fleeting political power means nothing to them. And that is what I like about these gentlemen. So, Delbert, I commend you for sending in your resignation. I believe you have done the right thing. And you go, boy, and do your best. You can still serve the Dominican people outside of being the deputy leader of the United Workers' Party. And people may want to use this and Delbert's voting for political mileage in the Labour Party. But at the same time, Matt, He's a young man who may have made a mistake, and he's taken responsibility, and he's done the right thing and resigned. And I commend him for that, and I stand with him. I think he's a young man that has the potential to go very far, and he will. Thank you, Matt.
For your business, in collaboration with the National Development Foundation of Dominica, get ready to join Q95 Radio and NDFD for Nature Island Small Business Buzz, a live radio program bringing in empowerment to small business ideas and entrepreneurs across Dominica every Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 5 p.m., offering a unique national platform for small, medium, and growing business enterprises in Dominica. Together, we'll aspire to connect, advertise, learn, collaborate, and witness small business entrepreneurs thrive and succeed in the fertile broadcasting soil of Q95 along with the NDFD. Join us on our journey every Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 5 p.m. One unbroken, exciting hour of free Q95 radio small business promotion as together we explore all the challenges, the setbacks, the setups, the comebacks, stories, the history, the startups, the breakthroughs, the financing, the sweat, the toil, the sleepless nights, the heartbreaks, the triumphs, the business plan, the overall success in pursuing your small business dream come true in the Commonwealth of Dominica. Join veteran broadcaster Franklin Peter Moses and Mr. Donald Bocasio, highly skilled, qualified, sought-after business and entrepreneurial manager, small business development expert, and strategic business coach. Together, we're taking you and your small business to the pinnacle of success in the Dominican economic landscape. So don't miss Nature Island Small Business Buzz every Tuesdays and Thursdays right here on Q95 Radio, the big station.
All right, Dominica, we're here. Are you there? No, boy. Everybody's trying to get on there. It's a very difficult line to get in, and I do understand. Hello, talk to me. Handbag is standing by. So
Matt, good morning.
Good morning to you. How you doing?
Matt, leave me 1 second at a time, my brother.
Do that.
Matt, let me tell you something. I try not to get involved in Dominica's politics and the debates, but one thing I want to point out, Matt, about that issue that's going on right now is that the person that the bill was tabled on the mat thinks that it wasn't important to be in Parliament to vote for the bill. The person wasn't in Parliament to vote for the bill because, and some people would say, okay, well, he's the head of state and he had other things to do, fine. But he knew he wanted to set up the time and date for the bill. And I think it was important to be there to vote for the bill, to support the bill. So my issue is, I don't mind Mr. Paris have gone to the Parliament and make his contribution, and walk out, because whether he had voted for the bill or not would not have made a difference. The bill would have still passed. So when people are upset about that, and the most dangerous thing about that, and most inconvenient thing about that, the man gave the opposition wood to put in his party's fire, my brother. And that's all they're talking about. All you vote for it. And people have a right to be upset about that. And people, supporters of Mr. Paris, should not get upset if people are upset about that. And right now, what I'm thinking about, Matt, is that we ask for the man and people ask for the man resignation. He resigned. Just put it to rest. We have no need right now to be coming on the radio and just keep because the more people talk, the more UWP supporters talk. It's the worse it gets. It's the worse it gets. It's the more confusion. We asked the man to resign. He resigned. It was late or whatever. Better late than never. He resigned. Just leave it and move on to something else. Move on to something that is more significant. That's gonna help the party. That's gonna propel the party instead of being on the radio, just putting all of the dirty laundry in the public. It's not helping the party. It's not gonna take you guys anywhere. My God, look at that, man. When Mr. The guy in your constituency did whatever he did, together with Mr. Joshua Francis, allegedly did what they did. Okay, what they were accused of. Let me put it the right way. Because we have no proof of that. They were accused. Okay, man, what happened to the man? The Labour Party just asked him to resign.
The man resigned and no dog back, man. There was nothing in the public. And as I always say, the United Workers' Party people are their own biggest enemy. Their own biggest enemy is a wonderful party. I support the party. I make the bones about it. But these guys are digging too many holes to bury themselves. Let's contribute something different. And all of the guys are just pushing people away from all the party because it seems like all the confused and just create confusion and just I am my friend Mr. Paul Circles, my good friend, come and raving, and people have a right to be afraid of what Mr. Paris did. It wasn't any party's interest. It wasn't. Matt, thank you very much for your time.
All right, thank you. A message there from Mr. Marlon there from a big supporter of the United Workers' Party. Tell Mr. Girodel stop his hatred for Lennox Linton. The UWP constitution does not state. Talking about stepping back as leader. It states that no leader can lead as prime minister for more than 2 terms. Okay, Mr. Girodel? So you're stating the opposite there. Now I have Mr. Hambag with me. He just stepped in there. We have a few minutes, 2 minutes here. Mr. Hambag, you wanted to say your piece? What do you want to say?
Yes, my first Pelte Junior. Bonjour. Bonjour. Mon katon ba le radio avec mon venir mon clarify yon débité man. Because ça mon katon pour Paris avec bagay. Il pas nice avec parti bon. Si Paris savent moun di ou ka demonstrate pour on build depuis là nous supposé ni on build voters ID card. Et nous dit depuis 4 Cyprus nous dit c'est voters ID card nous dit. Avec Paris mettez ka vote. Avec l'autre Charles Smith il a dit il pas ni personne de ou amat. Il pas regarder nice. Avec sous ça on ni moun de ou ka goumé pour on cause longtemps. But because il n'y a pas de parole. Montagne Valley moun parle contre UWP ni on loi sous faire wrong on est pour sortir. Les moun ka di pas you not vote depuis nom di parti that is a lie. Anybody that's saying that, no, I listen to so much of them that saying, you don't will be going down. No, my fire Pelte Junior. You don't will be going up. Because you have to start from your house. You have to clean up your yard first. And then you're going up. If you cannot clean up your yard, you're not going nowhere. So when somebody call and say, you don't will be going down. No, never. What happened to them? If you're wrong, you have to take care of them and come out. Take a back seat. Maximo, pon bagay la, hodou. Amon pou fè pa pon back seat, non, mon fòle la, mon pou sorti. Corruption na yon ni Dominique la, yo pale tiwe, yi upstairs financial center. Eve, yo pa ka tiwe, yo pa ka pale. Because chose son 7 mois dara, wè va l'école physique active dans le pays. Là yo te tche souse. Là yo te tche souse, yo tche keto, yo tche tout se moun sa. Ou ten tout moun boa be pale, tout moun non migele. Ah, et ça Edison fait, ça a fait. Jodi jou. Tout le week-end ça nous tenait des shootings. Gwa la journée, gwa après-midi. Il pas ni police pas arrest. Tout le monde qui fait mreda, il pas inibil. Tout le monde qui allait à Dubout pour un voters ID card, $40,000, $25,000 bill. My first tell you, young people and the people that call in and not put in correction, they will pay for it. That is a news I just come and bring to Q95. I hear some say from the States and talk and you don't really be going on. Just take time. It have a song that said, take time to know, and I'm going. Good evening. Good morning to everybody. Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm back. Thank you. I'm back. From Guampe. All right, Dominica, we've got to go. And of course, we'll be back in the Talk on the Block this afternoon here. Same time, 1 o'clock.
Mouvement Créole à Soukir. Tout le monde créole pour attention. Comité pour études créole Dominique. Et puis Radio QFM qui a présenté Mouvement Créole. Tous les mardis soirs à 6h après-midi. Information, blagues, interviews, l'histoire, proverbes, discussions, reportages, apprendre à parler et puis écrit créole. Lien avec ton peuple créole. Bon musique créole. Mouvement Créole. À nous faire